Lord.
I kept it like felt tight. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I told them the right size. Surely I haven't gained that much weight. And then I'm like, I'll go in there and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, my wife, I guess it was one day last week, I don't even remember where we were. Where were we? We were somewhere together. Oh, we was in Roanoke. Canaan is doing like
Football workout.
a football workout with their quarterback coach guy down there once a week. We were sitting in the bleachers at Roanoke College, and she had came from work straight to there. We drove straight there. And she was like, oh my gosh, I just realized my shirt's been on backwards all day. She was like, it's got buttons going down the back. And I had somebody at the office was like helping because I couldn't get the top button. And she said, all day I've been like pulling down at my neck because it was like riding up my neck. And she realized she had her shirt on backwards.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
What's, how you talk to anybody in Guatemala?
Yeah, I talked to my mom and sister. They seem to be doing pretty good. Yeah, I talked to my dad the other day. I haven't talked to him in like a day or so. But yeah, they seem to be.
Yeah.
It's
gosh, I wanted to go so bad.
Yeah, it's from which I haven't been since 2017. You went like 16? It seems like something like that.
Yeah, something like that. 15, 16. I only got to go once.
I mean,
I almost cost us the whole trip.
Oh, the bullet.
The bullet
in the
infamous
airport. Bullet. Yep.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. No, I remember you like, I remember coming up, I was walking or something. And I remember like being beside my mom and dad came up and was like, they just found a bullet in Brian's bag. And I remember seeing the guy over there with you
at Dulles Airport at the nation's capital.
I'm like, they're going to like, dad's like, he's in big trouble. He's going to be in big trouble. And you're just like over there, you're smiling. The guy was like, and then, did they take you in like a room or what?
The joy of the Lord, man. No, I remember. No, I'm serious. I remember your dad, I knew your dad decently well, but I didn't, we would get along really well, but I wasn't sure, like, when he come up, like, if he was getting ready to tell me, like, I thought he was going to be mad.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I hadn't seen him in that role of, like, leading the trip, and I'm kind of sitting there like, oh, gosh, I'm messing that up, and then I'm like, I might, like when I was younger, I was pretty sure that I was going to end up in prison. I mean, the rate my life was going. And it was at that moment now when I'm actually, heading for a daggone mission trip that it's going to come true. But no, I had taken my hunting bag, just a random, it's like a North Face bag that I used to hunt that previous year. And that's what I had as my carry-on. And there was a round. It wasn't like a gun or a bomb or nothing like that.
Just a round that got left in it.
Yeah. It was just a bullet that got left in the bag. But I mean, they took me back to the interrogation room.
Did they ask you questions?
Yes.
Like what kind of
like you understand, like they were serious. I mean, a couple of people in suits come in and sit down at a table like this. And they were like, Mr. Pruitt, do you know why you're in here? And I was trying to just be as hillbilly and honest. I didn't have to try too hard because it was just a bullet. So I know for them, they probably weren't
too,
but it falls in the category of explosives.
Yeah. So they had to take they couldn't just be like, oh, he's good.
Yeah. But I was just like, y'all ain't gonna believe this. I was trying to be, as like casual and fun. I wasn't trying to mock them or whatever, but I was like, literally, that's the bag I used to go hunting this year. And it took a little while, but we made our flight. And
what did they say?
They let me go finally. They just kind of gave me they were just kind of like, don't do it again. Be careful what check your bags. And
also they gave you the parent lecture.
Yeah, I mean, they were cool about it. I can't remember.
Didn't they destroy the bullet too or something? Or did they say like,
they didn't. Yeah, they took it, obviously, which was cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was there.
You could have it.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was a unique experience, but I think that I definitely checked my bags when I went to Africa again. No, I went to Africa before. No, I went to Africa after Guatemala. That was unbelievable.
Where at in Africa?
Jinja, Uganda.
That's cool.
The mouth of the Nile River, a place called Lake Victoria, which sources the Nile, I guess. There was a coffee shop there called the Source of the Nile, I think. Or there was something, the Source of the Nile.
You didn't take any bullets with you there?
No. I'm going to talk this entire time if you keep asking questions. Every trip, you know how... We went down, I went over there with a group that I got connected with that built playgrounds. We had done one in Haiti, and then they were going to do one in Jinja, Uganda. The church was out of Houston, Texas. And my pastor at the time knew a guy in DC who knew a guy in Texas who was connected with this group. And somehow we got pulled in to going and building these playgrounds at a pastor's retreat. And it was a long flight for sure. But the guy from Texas who was like heading it up had worked with this oil company back in the beginning of that company. And it had just went boom, boom. And he was signing documents at our little, we stayed in the coolest place in the world on the Nile River. I ate breakfast on the Nile River.
That's cool. That's super cool.
Insane. But he was signing documents for a large sum of money that was getting...
Like during the trip?
Yeah, like it was finalizing. They had started a radio station in Ethiopia to share the gospel.
Oh, wow.
They had started a shoe company in Ethiopia. Like they were just, trying to reach people with the gospel, whatever way they possibly could. But we were on that trip with them. And there was the last day, we had to go from Jinja to the capital of Uganda, which is like a 2-hour drive, but the roads are bad to fly out. And we had a bunch of spare time, and somebody found this Australian guy who lived in Jinja that did jet boat tours on the Nile. And I still got a video of it. I'll show you one day. I thought I was dead. I'm talking about 90 miles an hour with a cliff on the side of the Nile River. I'm like, I made it through Iraq and I've made it through all this stuff. I'm going to die on a mission trip. This dude's going to splatter me all over this place. But crazy. It was, it was the craziest thing ever.
That's crazy.
Those trips are amazing. Yeah. I mean, not just for what you get to do. I mean, it's always like, I mean, if you're around good people and you're doing the Lord's work and you just have time, it's just always such a unbelievable experience. And the people.
Yeah, you get to know people a lot better too. Even the people you go with from,
Here we go with,
from the U.S.,
Which is as important, I think, just being with Christians from your church, being the church.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too technical. Obviously, I don't even know how this is going to play out. I'm going to record these things and post them, and this is kind of our guinea pig session, and it might work. And so our first episode might actually be, it's entitled, I guess, Mikhail and I don't have a clue.
Fair enough. When you're Joe Rogan, it'll be in 5 years when you're Joe Rogan.
But it's not scripted by no means. I do have a few notes of just like some stuff that I thought would be cool to talk about here and there. But
I think the non-scripted is probably better anyway. So,
for sure.
Yeah.
I wonder in this microphone if you can hear me drinking that coffee.
And I wonder if it's like picking
I just
up
hope
on,
the
like,
sound's not horrible.
Throat,
but if it is, I've got a board and stuff like that, but I tried to like merge it with my laptop, and I have no clue.
Oh, it's like a board that like.
Well, it's just a little square like this, and it's got 2 mics, and it plugs into the back of the computer.
Oh, okay.
And it's simple. Like when I used to record my sermons, it was the same program that we used for that. When our like the media team or whatever it's called, Audacity. Like it's probably what they use at your church as well or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a longer. I'd say it's probably similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keeps up. Yeah.
I do want to say thank you for being my guinea pig. I know
no problem.
You're a busy man.
I like to talk.
How old are you?
25.
Golly.
I'm getting old, man.
That's not what I was going to say.
My sister says that I've got unk status now. She's like, no, it's your 20. She's like, you realize you're a quarter of a century. Like, thanks. Appreciate that.
No, you're so far from even it should be a law that you shouldn't be able to say what you just said.
Shouldn't be able to.
I turned 48 in 3 days.
Oh, you're still a young man.
Yeah.
Should ban. That's a part of free speech I shouldn't have. Should be able to call myself old.
I don't. I mean, I met an 83-year-old guy last year who called me for his neighbor who was 88. And when I met the guy there, he met me in a closet in this guy's back bedroom that went down to a crawl space that was about 36 inches tall total. And the guy had termites and the floor joists were ate up. We ended up having to do a mess underneath there. We raised it up and we added 10 floor joists and just, whittled them out and cut them out and jacked everything up and set it back on and just supported the floor. Anyhow, this guy was 83 years old crawling around, and I've known him now for over a year since then. He works nonstop every day. And I've told myself, like, I don't think there is a secret to staying old. The Lord's numbered my days.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the bottom of it, that's it. But if I have some sort of a role to at least think about, how do I make this thing last? I think working.
Yeah.
Every day, like some sort of physical, I don't know, not just activity like at a gym, and that's fine. But for me, like something work related that you're hustling at physically.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I'll tell you, like, my granddad's a great example. Like, I know a lot of people he worked with at Celanese, and I mean, they would retire, they have retired, and then they would went home, and several years later, you hear about them, passing away. And I mean, he's a prime example. I mean, he's, done everything he can to not take care of his body, and he'll be 83 in October, and he's still plugging along. And I mean,
he's still cooking with peanut oil.
Oh, I know. I mean, the guy, like, guy eats whatever he wants.
Does he really? Just never even gave it a thought.
No, doesn't care. And now the other day he was like, he's like, your grandmother's on me about my sugar. He's like, at this point, Mikhail, he's like, I don't know that it matters. He's like, I made it this long. He's like, if I want to eat a piece of cake, I'm going to eat a piece of cake.
I would say he's got a point.
I mean, you can't really argue with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's worked to this point. It's crazy though, how, like, and that just goes back to what I said. Like, I think the Lord numbers are days.
Yeah, no, definitely.
No matter what we do.
Yeah.
But I'm, now here I am, and I do try to eat healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I try to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Love gardening, love meat that we actually kill or catch.
Mm-hmm.
And man, we really work hard to try to, or have raised and then humanely kill and eat. I watched this Netflix documentary the other day on the microbiome.
I think I saw that.
You saw that?
A preview. I haven't watched it, but I saw like a preview of it.
So now I'm like, fruits and vegetables, that's the key to have a healthy micro. It's like, shut up. Sometimes I'm like, your life is out of your hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, like, I don't know. Have you ever watched that movie?
My grandma lived to 83. I mean, she had Alzheimer's is what ultimately took her life. It wasn't her health.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't in good shape. As far as like, she didn't try to walk a mile every day or whatever. I think she did get a treadmill, but you know how those go. It ended up housing jackets.
Housing clothes. Yeah. That's where you store your jacket and stuff.
But she ate what she wanted to eat. You know what I mean? Like, fried it up and whatever. Never gave it a second thought. Worked at Celanese too. Maybe that's the key.
Yeah.
Work at Celanese.
Make it. It's like that guy that, I don't know if you saw that movie a couple of years ago. It was about World War, I think it was called Midway or something. But like they were talking about a guy on there, and his girlfriend was on him about being like, always taking risks. And she's like, and he said, you know what? He said, I think it was his uncle. But anyway, the point being, he said he flew planes during World War I, almost got shot down by the Germans so many times. And then 3 months later, when he got back, he walked across the street in New York City and got hit by a car.
Yeah.
So she's like, I guess that's to the point. Your days are numbered. I mean,
I believe that.
God dodged bombs and attacks from the air, and then
I do.
Model T took him out.
I do believe that, man. Like, I really believe that is what, the Bible says a lot of stuff that even for people who have been church going their entire life, if you really stop and think about it, is uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Do you really believe God has numbered your days? That he does know the exact amount of hairs on your hand, the sands on the sea. It's a big God.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
attention to detail.
I believe without a shadow of a doubt. Have you ever, to change the subject, but this is one question that I thought, you're 25, I'm 48. When I was your age, like, me and you're so different, man. You got it together in so many ways. Very admirable. Let's say that real quick. Like, what all, you're on the Rich Creek Town Council. Yeah. You're your day job as the co-owner.
I guess you could say I'm the co-owner, general manager, something like
general that. General manager, something. Yeah. I mean, you keep the wheels rolling.
I guess.
And you
do my best.
You know, you got a lot going on over there. You're on the Rotary Club, which for me for years was just, okay. I had no clue what Rotary phones. I literally, I did not know. And then y'all do a lot though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good service organization. You know,
what is that all about? What do you?
So it's basically Rotary's. It was started, just to give you a history, by, and I think
is it like some secret society rooted in witchcraft?
Yeah, you've got to cut through cut your risk. Yeah.
Gosh,
yeah.
I'm not editing.
You can come to the first two meetings, and then the third one we gotta. I'm
just kidding.
Then rest that blood oath.
No, y'all do some good stuff. What do y'all do?
Yeah, so it was started by a guy. His name is Paul Harris in Chicago. I think it was 1905, and basically he was an attorney, and he was lonely, and he just wanted friends. And they started out. They had a lunch, and the reason it's called Rotary is because they rotated each other's offices. I think it was three guys, so they would go to just one person's office each week, and it kind of just took off. And their first I'll have to check to make sure I'm right on this, but I think their first service project was they put public toilets in the city of Chicago. And I mean, now it's just the service aspect of Rotary. It's what drew me. It draws a lot of people, I think. They do wells in Uganda, they've done wells all over.
That's not cheap.
Africa. No, it's.
How do you have events sponsored by the Rotary? Like, how do you raise?
So that leads to another aspect of Rotary, which is they have what they call the foundation, TRF, the Rotary Foundation.
In order to join it?
It's part of Rotary, and a lot of clubs will do. So there's a due structure, and each club has different due structures. But a lot of clubs will some of them even require, but a lot of them give the option of a sustaining member. So if you're a sustaining member, I think you give $25 on top of your dues. That goes to the foundation. Now, there's different levels of the foundation. I mean,
So it's funded from within?
More or less.
More or less.
Yeah.
Nationwide?
Yeah, worldwide.
It's worldwide.
Yep, it's worldwide. It's I think it's 170 countries.
Holy cow!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's I think it's largest in Asia, if I'm not mistaken. It has a pretty large footprint in Europe. Winston Churchill was actually a Rotarian. Give you a backstory, and I think there's 3 or 4 U.S. presidents have been members. So.
Churchill, golly, man.
Yeah, he was a guy.
What a guy.
He was a guy. Yeah.
He's
my hero, by the way.
Is he not? Like, if he's not, he should be. And if you don't know why he should be, you need to at least do what I've done. I wish I could say that I studied history and I read the amount of history books I'd like to, but I don't. But I do have access to Netflix.
Yeah. Did you watch the one on him?
Oh, yeah.
Man,
anything that comes on about it, I watch it. It was unbelievable.
It was.
The world was hanging in a balance.
It was.
It really was. Like, what if the Nazis would have, if they would have overtaken?
Oh yeah, I mean,
like Dunkirk, that whole situation, the boats.
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched Dunkirk? Like that whole deal where he called the nation to bring their boats and actually ended up saving. And I'm too uneducated about it to actually speak about it. But
no, it's crazy. Yeah,
it was just one guy.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about Dunkirk, but I know
that was so fascinating. Like,
what gets me, he was, and he was kind of crazy too, to be real. But if he hadn't been crazy, we might not be sitting here.
He was wide open.
He was. I mean,
he was like, look, he was on his third bourbon at like 9 a.m. with a cigar in his mouth.
You remember in the show, he would go out and stand on the roof while the Germans were just dropping bombs.
Yeah, with his brain bucket on, with his little green brain bucket on,
and his cigar just sitting there. Yeah.
No, I didn't even know. So he was a Rotarian.
He was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
What an interesting dude.
He was.
Have you ever, like, I guess we met through your family, and
yeah. Seems like I got to know you pretty well. Actually, in Guatemala, it seems like.
Yeah.
I mean, I always heard Tori tell stories about you being a ball hog, but.
Oh yeah, they do that every time they get a chance.
Throw you under the bus.
I mean, it's probably true, but
Tori's going to hear this too, isn't he? Poor guy.
I doubt it.
Threw him under the bus. I just threw him under the bus.
Who knows? He might listen to it. If it actually sounds good and we go forward with it, I'll send him a copy and say, just listen until we say your name. But no, I mean, we had to get a shot off. That was my mindset. Like, we had to get something off. So just got down to the point where I had to do what I had to do. We've got
sometimes,
but I met we're like, when you were 25, like when I was 25, you're 25. And I was thinking about this the other day. Like, outside of the Lord, we come from such different sides of the track, man. I was wild as an Indian when I was 25 years old. And I don't know that, like, you're just so impressive at your age, just being honest with you. Like, and and now I love, like, I could sit down and with your grandpa or your dad, same deal, I could sit down. The first time I met each one of them, I've just always, anytime I get a chance to talk to them, the same way with you. But like, what do you want to do? Like, I guess, all right, let me say this. Like, if you get a chance in life to do something that you love to do, like, I've done some stuff I hated doing before or have to do. And there's been times in my life, I guess it could come and go until sometimes you can just get locked into that thing. But when you know what I'm saying. What would that thing be for you? And it don't have to be like prototypical or whatever. It might just be some idea. Or what do you?
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. But I mean, I like the business world. I really like politics. I know that sounds maybe scummy, but I really do. I like the political world. It's
scummy.
I don't know if that's the right word to use, but.
I mean,
politicians sometimes get a bad rap, but
it's a thing.
Yeah.
I could see that from you. Yeah, no, I could totally see that. I mean, it's just a necessary reality.
It is. It's a necessary.
We got to have.
Yeah.
It's got to there's got to be people that feel. And I like, all this being said, like, you've known me from the pulpit, which is crazy, but like. I
never met young Brian.
You never did, yeah.
No.
But like, there's got to be, like, when I look back on just like the history of our country, there's like how our country was founded, what the purpose of it was, what the dream of the country was, and then obviously looking at it now, it's like, good gosh almighty. It's inevitable. Like, there's no way around it.
Right.
But you still got to have people that, like, I was called to the ministry.
Sure.
So, and that's what I was saying about the young Brian, old Brian. Like, dude, it was the most, that thing. So I'm not comparing it to the call to the ministry.
Sure.
But I think the Lord has got to lay it upon. He instituted our governments.
Sure.
For a good cause.
Yeah.
And he's got to lay it upon people's hearts to go into it. I don't think it's scummy.
Yeah. Well, that might have been the wrong word to use.
No,
but, I mean, we get, a lot of politicians get a bad rap, and some of them deserve it. I'll say this, about I've been around a few members of Congress, and the ones I've been around, they definitely work very hard. I mean, there's a lot of time that goes into it. That's.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, it's your, you think about it. You go to DC and you do, you work on law or on bills, etc., and then you come back home and you're especially if you live in a district like ours, where I mean it goes from what is it, Martinsville to Scott County, Bristol. I mean you're at every pancake breakfast. You're at every Rotary Club meeting. You get invited. Think of the number of invites you get. And you can be on the road 24/7 whether you're in DC or in your district, and you still can be called no show. Oh, he never shows up just because So
who's our
Morgan Griffith?
Morgan Griffith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he, I mean, he's a good. I can say from my experience, he's a genuinely good dude. And I mean, there's a lot of people, I guess, that don't like him, call him Griffith the Ghost. But I mean, you can follow him, look on his social media, and I mean, every Saturday he's at something. If he's home, if he's not in DC, I mean, it's like I said, you think about there's, I don't know how many miles a district covers a road, but I mean, there's it's a long ways from Martinsville to Bristol. I mean,
yeah. That's a lot of places to be.
Yeah. I mean,
with
every church service, I mean, there's only 52 church services a year, and you can only be at
But that's like the most. I saw some pictures the other day, where I've seen them in the past, of like was it Bobby Kennedy? I think when he was in West Virginia campaigning,
Mm-hmm.
there's an old picture of him at this gas station in West Virginia. Him and somebody else in like their car, and they're just campaigning on the roads. It's almost like that type of grassroots politics. When it's done right by good people, I actually enjoy seeing it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes nowadays it gets crazy. I mean, you can't do that no more. Hardly.
No.
I mean, you're getting shot at. You know what I mean? Like it's not far-fetched to think. Like every single place that I go as a politician, I gotta be thinking heavy. I should have stayed in the security world, man. I had a lot of good experience. Because I'm not kidding you. Like
make some money.
And I'm not. I'm not joking about it. Like,
no.
I look at it from that lens.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like who is sweeping all these places? Because you can't, especially with a guy like that, where you're just.
Well, all it takes is one person. I mean, if there's 25,000 cool people that want to see you, and then there's one crazy, then, and he, security doesn't catch him, then, that's the crazy part about,
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's an admirable thing, though. I could definitely see you not like the amount of focus you've got. I mean, some people are generals and some people are foot soldiers, I think, mentally. And you've got more of, at the age of 25, like you've got more of a general mindset from the outside looking in at you. Because I feel like you, I don't know that, and maybe that sounds derogatory. Maybe you want to be a foot soldier. I'm just saying.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's definitely easier to be a foot
leadership.
soldier. Yeah, it's definitely easier to be. I mean, leadership's hard. You know that.
Responsibility.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I could see you doing that though.
It's the and it's the people aspect. You've been in business and you've been in a church, and I mean, there's people and there's going to be problems.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter what you do if you're dealing with people. And I mean, I say that about me. I'm, if there wasn't a problem in an organization before I walked in it, when I walked in it, there was, because,
Oh, no, that's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah, I'm a person too. So if it was perfect before I got there, it's not now.
Somebody said something like that about church one time. Yeah. And it was like, just kind of talking about this notion of like, being involved in your local church, whatever that might look at, wherever that is for you. Mm-hmm. And like not always being paranoid and overcritical about a church not being perfect or looking for the perfect church. Yeah. And it was like, cause here's the deal. Like, even if you find the perfect church, when you get there, you're going to jack it up. You just
ruined it. Yeah. That's a hot take. That's true, man. I mean, yeah. Cause I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's, let's talk about the church. Okay. Since we were feel like we've flown all over the place.
We have. We've been
already.
all over. We've been doing the weave.
I'm trying. This is hard.
Yeah.
I'm trying to really okay, it's hard. It's not hard if you don't know you're being recorded and you're trying to do it.
Oh, yeah. But
like if you just sit and talk, this is how you talk. And that's kind of what I want to try to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if and this might, me and you talked about this a little bit, and I don't know that we were going to go here or going to go there. Like I'm not, you know, I'm from the 1900s. I heard a guy say, "Oh, that comedian? What's his name?" But he made this joke, something about how he was from the 1900s, and he said, "I've got more in common with the Pilgrims than I do my kids." Like the internet and AI and social media, and I find myself like I'm one of those people that's actively fighting against it. Like I sit in a barbershop yesterday for like 30 minutes, and I had my phone, but I left it in my pocket. I should have left it in my truck. It felt like a massive accomplishment.
Oh, see, it's not just, that makes me feel better. It's not just people my age that have a problem with the devices. Yeah,
it wasn't like just I do that a lot, like it's restaurants or whatever. Like I don't want this to be. It's ironic, I guess, because it'll go out on social media.
Yeah, I guess that's the pro and con of social media. Is, you know, you can reach as many people as you want, but then at the same time, do you ever have the reel problem? Do you ever like start watching a reel and then you end up scrolling and then it's like, 30 minutes later, where's my time going?
Oh my gosh,
I'm the world's worst, I admit.
I will get on a video of some guy sheeting a roof, you know, with this new setup or whatever, or some guy, it's always some construction framing video or something. And an hour later, I'm watching these two dudes put epoxy down in this warehouse, like still, how did I get here?
Yeah.
But my excuse would be like, there has been times where I have watched some of those reels and changed the way I've done something at my job.
I've seen some of those like for business, and it's given me a thought, and I'm like, wow, I didn't think of it that way. But then
that's true.
So I guess there's a pro and a con to it, but like, I know like sometimes I'll, and then 45 minutes later, I'm like, what have I done with my time? Wow, that was good management. Not really.
So it is like, social media, but I don't know what, I think we've talked about this a little bit. I enjoyed, when I was in college, I took media as a major, mass communications, because the only good thing I was good at educationally was writing. For whatever reason, I could always write. And I knew I was going to get a chance to do like journalism in there. And then later on, some public speaking in the ministry, a lot of it. And there's something about, we talked about this, but just live, normal, unedited conversations.
100%.
That just feels like I enjoy, I don't listen to a podcast 24/7, but if I find a good one where that's how they are and I'm actually learning something either about that person or some subject, and it could rotate each day. Like we're probably not going to talk about sports. Yeah, we are too. We're going to talk about the Hokies here in a minute.
Okay, let's do it. I'm all in. Yeah. I haven't been keeping up with the Hokies like I should. I need like a refresher. But anyways,
if you want to get a water or anything too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Need it. I might grab one in a second. Yeah.
But no, I won't, I'm hoping that'll be something along the lines of what this.
Well, I mean, look at Joe Rogan. I mean, you think about it too. He was a laugh, when he started his podcast, everyone thought that's crazy. Who would want to sit down and talk to somebody for 3 hours? And now he's beating, Fox News, CNN, NBC all together. I mean,
and if you listen to him, some of you're not going to agree with everything everybody says, but as far as like his style has nothing to do with, we automatically think about someone based upon, what political preference they have or something they said that was in the news. Throw all that out and just look at like the style of what he does. What is it that makes it so? Because they don't do anything spectacular.
It's because he's talking peer to peer, people to people.
It's just real.
Yeah, that was what
they go all over the place.
Yep.
I listened to. I met Theo Vaughn at the
I think you
Vanderbilt
told
game
me.
last.
Yeah,
I say I met him.
Gave you the
Literally, he threw a peace sign up and said, "What's up?" After I screamed,
so cool.
"Theo!" But my son was with me, and he thought, "That's awesome." So now every time he sees him, he's like, "Hey, we met him." But I listen to a little bit of just like as I'm traveling. If I start it, and then when I get back in my truck, it'll pick up wherever I left off. Now I had to cut that one off, man. They get into some stuff.
Who was it? Joe and Theo?
Joe and Theo.
Theo's had it rough, man.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
His interview with President Trump was one of the, I think, just from a, there was a serious edge to him where he was trying to be put together, and he was good at it. And then there was also the times when he was like talking to the leader of the free world about some night he got strung out on drugs and woke up with a hooker. And then you watch it and it's just like, this is a masterpiece because it's real.
It's real. And yeah.
And nobody can control it. Like nobody's editing it, and it's not.
No.
I love it.
No, that's what Rogan said was, I won't mention names, but one of the candidates in 2024 that didn't go on his podcast. And, he said, I just wanted to have a conversation. He said, I really didn't want to, I just wanted to sit down and talk to him.
I heard him talk about that. Yeah.
He's like, it wasn't, he's like, I was here. I want, and he said one of them was willing to at least sit down.
We should be able to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like I would offer myself up to do. I probably, if this does anything at all, if it's something that I do once a week or once a month wouldn't make sense. Once a week, once it picks up pace.
Yeah.
I don't get that. Like, why can't we? There's so much of that though. Where why can't we just sit down?
I agree.
And talk.
Yeah, I agree.
Without getting
upset.
Because if anybody sees it, it's going to mess you up in your party.
Right. It would.
That's the answer, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I'm not in. I just like. That's got to be what.
Well, it's just like
you can't afford
media. Remember, good press doesn't sell. Bad press does, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks.
Yeah.
Is like part of doing something like this is like relinquishing control of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody tries to control everything we hear. Mm-hmm. Everything you watch and see. Everybody's trying to control and pull you to this or to that. Yeah. But.
No, for sure. They're definitely being. Yeah. Speaking of phones, there's something on there always trying to get you to do something or buy something or think a certain way. It's yeah.
What is the weightiest Bible verse to you? If you had to pick one,
the what?
I would say favorite.
Yeah.
But do you have a verse that's like I don't know, it just smacks you in the face?
So I used to be, when I played basketball and, throughout high school, it was Philippians 4:13. And granted, that's a great verse. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But I think that sometimes and I say we as I'm talking about me, I'm not throwing anybody else under the bus. I think I can make myself look good, and I know in high school I can be really good at basketball, through Christ who strengthens me because I want to be good,
Mm-hmm.
That's not that that's bad, but it was for me because I wanted to be good, not necessarily,
to glorify.
Right. It was, it's me, it's about me, man. Like
I can do all things.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah. I like I'm probably staying like really probably being a creature of habit, but I like Jeremiah 29:11. I know the thoughts and, it goes back to sort of what we were talking about earlier that, your days are numbered that,
plans to prosper you,
mm-hmm.
plans for your good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I got saved in 2007, I walked into a church in Charlotte that was, I got dragged in by my wife. And the preacher was in the second part of a series on the book of Haggai, which I had never heard of.
That's an underrated, yeah.
I'd never, I was completely unchurched.
Yeah.
I think, I went to church, but I didn't. I was
so you went to church growing up, did you, or no?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
No, I would avoid it if I could.
You'd find.
And I wasn't forced to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my grandma raised me. She loved the Lord. She, I mean, she was in the church every day for as long as I can remember. Every week, every Sunday for as long as I can remember, and very active. And she was very proud. I remember when she got older. One time, she told me that she had won the when she was in high school. She won the scripture memory competition back in the day. Now she was a spitball. She was funky, unbelievable woman. But no, she never like forced me to go.
Yeah.
So, but she gave me a prayer cloth when I went to Iraq. She gave me a little Bible when I went to Iraq. I had no preference on my dog tags for my religious choice when I joined. Like that's how I thought. Like I really didn't. After she gave me that prayer cloth, I had them changed because I felt guilty. And so the ones I have at my house now say Christian because they got a spot for you.
That way they know it's like I guess how to properly.
Yeah. You got to put your religious preference on there. So when I first joined, it was no preference. And
so you can put none. I guess
you can put none.
That's an yeah.
I guess I don't know. Maybe they've wiped that out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows?
You think Hexeth brought that back?
I don't know. Probably. Who knows? It's hard to say.
It just feels like one of those things that was like they would have tried to erase. Like
I agree. Does everybody get dog tags or just if you're deployed?
Yeah. No,
also, if you join, you get dog
tags.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. But anyhow, when I got out and fast forward to like after the Army, we were living in Charlotte. The preacher was preaching on the book on Haggai, and I was like trying to get out. I was convinced like somebody was going to spot me, and
you didn't want to be seen there.
Realized no, it's just like I just didn't feel comfortable.
I see.
I knew nobody.
I was going to say it was in Charlotte. You didn't.
I didn't know a soul. Yeah. We had been living there for maybe 6 months. My wife had been going to church with 2 of our kids at the time. A couple weekends on her own. We got invited by some friends. I just wouldn't go. I was a pathetic man, looking back on it. But I was lost.
Sure.
No idea.
Yeah.
Blind.
Mm-hmm.
Dead. No idea.
Yeah.
Walked into that church that Sunday with no desire to be there. And he was preaching from the book of Haggai. He was preaching on priorities. And Haggai is like this prophet speaking to the nation of Israel from the Lord saying, you wonder why you put money in your bag and then you reach in there and there's nothing there because I put holes in your bags and my house lays in ruins while you live in your beautiful mansions and paneled homes. And it's just this, the opening section,
mm-hmm.
Gosh, now I don't have to find it because I just chewed it all to pieces.
Oh, that's all good.
Yeah, right before the Italian prophet, Malachi. Haggai.
It's a good way to remember it. Yeah.
But verse 5, it says, now therefore, thus says the Lord of hosts. This is the 3 words that got me. I'm not kidding you. Consider your ways. I remember sitting there, Mikhail. I wouldn't stand up during worship before church. Like I was just sitting there like, why am I here? And I'm flipping through the little pamphlet they handed out. And this guy gets up there speaking and just, you talk about the Holy Spirit of just, I was glued to what he was talking about. Like the words that he was speaking coming from, I never heard the Bible read like that. And he said, consider your ways. You have sown much and harvested little. You eat, but you never have enough. You drink, but you never have your fill. You clothe yourself, but no one is warm. And he who earns wages does so to put them into a bag with holes in it. Thus says the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. He says it again. And he's just talking about priorities. And ultimately him being the number one priority. But like that, I wasn't really going into my salvation experience, but
no, it's all good.
I was going to say Isaiah 40. Isaiah 40 is probably one of the most unbelievable chapters in the Bible. But that moment, dude, 2007, remember the day exactly. A few months later, I got baptized. Had my grandma come down and watch that. And
wow.
Unbelievable.
Weren't you baptized in Saddam Hussein's palace? Sorry,
yeah,
that's random.
Just for fake. Did I tell you that?
You said that in Guatemala, I think, speaking.
Yeah.
Sorry, stuff like I
just for fake. No. This is exactly.
Oh, just so you could say you did it.
No, I just feel like I talk too much. I don't want to take over the conversation.
Oh no, you're good.
But no,
sorry, I ask a lot of questions. That's probably bad.
But we were in the green zone. So when we went, good gosh, all right. See, I'm gonna talk way too much.
That's all good.
My mind's already going back 6 months to lead up to this event, but I can't do that because it'll take an hour.
It's all good.
No, let me ask you a question first, and then come back.
No, that's fine.
We'll come back to the palace.
We're weaving. We've weaved our way through this thing, man.
I'll say this. This is another. I put a few verses down here. What time you got to go?
Oh, I'm good. I'm here the rest of the night, man.
Oh Lordy!
No, I shouldn't have said that.
You said something about 3 hours.
I brought Rich Creek's town our budget. If we can go through it line item by line item, if you want.
Oh my goodness!
I've got it in my car. I've got the paper. We can. Yeah, I'll explain every.
I've been going through quotes line item by line item today.
Oh, that's fun, isn't it?
And just like I realized today, I've got one that I've been like working on for a few weeks. It's a massive amount of work on this one property. It's an addition and it's other stuff and it's other stuff. And the people are great and patient. But there's so many little details. I just burped. I hope it don't get picked up.
No, it's fine.
There's so many little details in it. And I just realized today, I got back to quote, and as I was going through it, I left out interior trim. I left out the paint. I still got to do all my appliances. Anyhow, I do not want to look through the risky.
Neither do I.
That would probably be illegal anyhow.
I probably would be. It's public, but I'm glad you don't because I didn't either. I spent a month on it, and that's enough. That's enough for me.
I think, let me see. I went to the wrong.
I do that with cars too, though. You forget to put an item in. I'm like, oh, I've got a car that's a similar store to yours. And again, it's the same way. The customer's been great, but it's like, it seems like every time I start on it, something adds to it. And I'm like calling them back going, oh, hey. You kind of feel bad, but I'm like, what else do you do? Like,
I know.
You know.
I'm trying to get better at that, but like, it's tough finding. I'm doing 2 roofs in one day tomorrow.
Oh man, that's tough.
Logistically, I'm not getting on the roof, but I've got to.
Oh, you got crews.
It's not a big deal. I mean, guys do it. It's just the first time I've done it, and one's in Pembroke, one's in Narrows, and I think we're going to be fine. I've worked with these guys a bunch of times. They're very professional, organized. They show up when they're supposed to, and work. But I've been.
You're serving as the GC.
Yeah, I've just been pulling my hair out, trying to put it together. But
yeah,
I thought this was, as far as like, not weighty, like Isaiah 40. Like, to whom did God consult when He made the world? You know what I mean? Like Isaiah 40 from beginning to end is unbelievable. But Acts 13, from a church standpoint, now listen to this. Now, this is like one of the first churches in Antioch that Paul and Barnabas get sent out to into Antioch. Like this is like the birthplace of Christianity as it's expanded from Jerusalem. Just a few chapters before, but Antioch is a major player. But it says, now there was in the church at Antioch prophets and teachers, Barnabas, Simeon, who was called Niger, Lucius of Cyrene, Manaen, a lifelong friend of Herod the Tetrarch, and Saul. I mean, all right, so Simeon, who was called Niger, he was an African American. I think just like Greek-wise, biblically, I'm not going to say word for word what I remember the Greek being, but like this was a dude that they're saying, hey, if you're reading it back then, you know that this was an African American.
Right.
And then you've got Barnabas, who was a Jew turned Christian, Saul, who was a former terrorist,
yeah, legit,
turned Christian. Mann, who was a lifelong friend of Herod the Tetrarch, who was a maniac.
Yeah, he was a Nazi.
This guy came from, I guess, like Rome. He was a former Roman elite.
Is he the one that cut John the Baptist's head off?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
A former Roman elite, and then Lucius of Cyrene. Like, the church was born. And for me, when I was like in seminary, I was doing church planning and evangelism. That was a big chapter that it jolted me a lot. I've thought about it and preached on it a few times, but like in its infant stage, the Bible shows us a picture of the church being born across multi ethnicities.
I think that was done for a reason. I do.
I know, man.
Just like the disciples. I mean, think about it. You've got the fisherman, you got the tax collector, wasn't Simon a zealot? Yeah. You don't think that they had some disagreement?
You've got Luke, the doctor.
Yeah.
Matthew, the IRS agent.
I'm sure they loved him. Yeah.
Crooked as a dog's hind leg.
Yeah.
Fisherman.
Got a zealot. I'm sure that Simon and Matthew probably had some issues with each other. They had to. He works for Rome and he hates the Romans, so they had to have some beefs. They did. Yeah.
I saw some guy the other day talking about those reels. I clicked on some motivational reel, some business reel, or maybe it was like a John Piper sermon quote or whoever. I don't know what it was, but the next one that popped up was this guy, and he was like, and not to make too much out of it, because it's so important to just maintain context when you're talking about scripture.
Sure.
But it's a reality. Every one of the disciples were busy. They weren't sitting around waiting on the Lord to call them. It's like he just showed up when he showed up in their life. And like, if the Lord is going to call you into whatever he's going to call you into, it's not something you're going to prepare yourself for. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
What do you think is, remember, we're coming back to, I forgot, what were we coming back to?
The palace?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll come back. We'll come right down the palace. That's the
palace.
Yeah.
What would you say is the number one? You and I have talked about churches before in great ways, like at the core of what both of us believe. It is the greatest collection of, at its core, what the Lord wants the world to see of him, what it's meant to be, what the Lord wants to be taught of him, how he wants his people, But there is, even early on in the Bible, there were some issues going on in the church because of the people.
Oh yeah.
There was just, it's been infiltrated by non-believers since it began. And it's been infiltrated by believers who struggle since this began. And it's been infiltrated by, like the reality of sin in our life. It's just like the crookedness.
That's the best way to say it. It's been infiltrated by the reality of sin. It really has.
What do you think is the number one? This is hard. On the spot. I'm sorry.
You're good. Hit me.
The number one ingredient for, if you just had to say, for a church. Like you've been through good, bad, up, down, people.
For it to be successful or like, I guess, thrive? Or
to be what it's meant to be.
Man, that's tough.
I know. See, I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. There's
so many ways you could go.
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say that,
but I feel like there's only one that's right.
Oh, yeah. Focus on the, God, Jesus. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. What he did. I agree. I was about ready to say, a good leader, but then at the same time, when that leader's gone, it fills a vacancy, or a vacuum.
A good leader. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
a good leader's important.
The guy who sits there and has this conversation you and I are having for real. what is the number one ingredient. Like, it's not just for some talk show. If I'm taking this, if you're burdened to do it the right way and you're like, I'm woefully inadequate to do this, I want to take them in the right direction. Like, a good leader has to be like,
yeah,
he has to know which way to go, because it can get sideways.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's, I hate to bring, like, it's definitely different than you don't want the church to be like the world, but at the same time, the bigger your church gets, the more you have a corporation or an organization with people, with a budget, with, all sorts of number of things. And then I'm going to circle back to the people,
It shifts from an organism, a living, breathing, to an organization.
100%.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Where it gets wonky. And it's so slick.
Mm-hmm.
You might not even notice it. It just becomes that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it did sometime.
Yeah.
I don't know, within the last 100 years, maybe farther back. Lord knows it didn't just start. I mean, there was different ways of things going wonky a long time ago, but
yeah.
But
I heard a sermon by J.D. Greer, and I know he's whatever. This was years ago. I don't.
Yeah, he was the president of SBC for a while.
Yeah, right? So I know some people like him, some people. But anyways, I think I heard it live. I think it was like at Liberty one time I was there. But he was talking about, he started praying that he was able to. If I'm not mistaken, he's in like Winston-Salem, and that's where his hub is.
Yeah, Raleigh, Durham. I remember him. Yeah, I used to, when he was the head of the SBC, I listened to him a little bit. Yeah.
So he starts praying to God that he can preach. That he preaches a revival, and he starts it. And he's praying, okay. And his point was, that's great. He said, but then he said, God put something on my heart, and he's like, what would happen if a revival happened? And he named a couple names in the local area. John Doe led the revival, and it wasn't you, or Joe whatever led the revival.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it was really an ego check for him, because he said, I really had to think about that question of whether would I be happy if a revival happened and it wasn't me at the helm. I wasn't the one who showed up and made and got 10,000 people saved, which would be awesome. But would I be happy if somebody else did it? And he said, to me, it was a big gut check that are like,
being in the ministry.
Yeah.
And now being out of the ministry, I had no plans on ever not pastoring a church for the remainder of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Just didn't work that way. And it might again one day. I mean, who knows? That's up to the Lord. I mean, he did it the first time. If he does it again, that's up to him. But he probably won't.
Well, you never know. You never know.
I just couldn't. I had to throw that in there. But no, that resonates with me. Not on a revival. Well, I mean, if you're not doing it to preach a revival, what are you doing? First of all, I mean, it's who was it? I'm gonna say Tozer, but it wasn't Tozer. That golly, I'm gonna get. Hopefully, nobody listens to this.
I thought you wanted him to. That was the point.
Yeah. But the quote is, I'll think of it. His name. Let's talk about the difference between preaching and teaching in the church. But teaching is logic. Teaching is the delivery of logic. Preaching is the delivery of logic on fire. You're preaching in a way to hope that the Holy Spirit causes a revival. And then when he don't, or when you go through it, for me, when you go all the way through it and end up, it comes to an end and you're out of it. You know what I mean? It is wild, Mikhail. I've been spinning for 6 years trying to get landed, because it's hard. Like when you've been in that role and you process through everything that needs to be going on, and I just wanted to follow the scripture. I did not want to have any thoughts, because my thoughts would have been, I'd have took us the wrong way. We'd have been going head on with a big train. But, and then you go step into, trying to just serve the Lord in obscurity from the pew. And you find yourself looking around at everything, listening to everything. I visited a church a while back. This is an example. My answer is very similar to what you said. I think a high view of God is the number one thing that you and so that's got a lot of branches to it. But everything you do has to be about a high view of God and a low view of man. But like, here's what I'm saying. We just went all the way around the world.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah.
But I visited a church a while back, and the first time, church starts at 11, ends at 12.
Sure.
If you're there, or 10, 11, whatever.
It's got into 12. We want to go to lunch,
This
right?
was the old school. You know, some people do 9 now. Well, y'all got a couple different.
Yeah, we got, I think it's 8:45 to 10, and then
11:45
to 12 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It was 11:38 was the first. I wrote it down on my brochure they gave me. Because I know when I get in the car, everybody's going to ask me what I thought. Because when you've been a pastor and your family, that's the first thing.
Yeah.
And then you got to not be
Sure.
the guy who's just always cynical. I don't want to be cynical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was 11:38, the first time that I was prompted to turn to Scripture and have Scripture read back and forth to me, right? That whole, like, the Word of God. It was 11:38 before I heard it. So when I say like a high view of God, it's not something like off in the clouds. I think it's just something like, as a leader, you were saying, you've got to institute things to happen in a way where I want you to come out of here feeling like you've been beat to death with Scripture.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to come early and often, among other things. But
Right. Yeah. Because, I mean, it's easy, you know, I would imagine, you know, there's a difference between telling a story and shooting a Scripture. I mean, you know,
yeah.
I would imagine. I don't know. I've never been in the pulpit. But yeah.
But it goes, like you said, organization. That's where it goes. Because what do we got to talk about? We got to talk about the organization.
Yeah, you got and I mean, you know, in fairness, you've got a budget. You've got,
You do, yeah.
You know, if depending on how much staff you've got, you're responsible for those employees. They're employees to, you know, an organization that you head, by the way, you know. So
figuring out how to keep it where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And if you grow, it gets even harder. But it's no less hard if you don't.
It's just like growing pains in a business. I know I don't like to compare, even though I just did. But, you know, I mean, you've got getting bigger hurts, you know, at first, you know.
I know. It does.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It is, yeah.
I don't know what we were talking about there. I know we were Scripture and
I think you asked me about my favorite Bible verse.
Bible verses, yeah. I was trying to think of what led us to. Oh, what's the number one important thing for a church?
Yeah.
How do you juggle? Let's change subjects, and we'll come back to the palace.
The palace. That's the kicker.
Dude, we're an hour in.
Oh, we're an hour. Are we now? No way. Look out. I guess so, because I got here about 6:30.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
All right, we're gonna.
What do you want it to go? 2 hours or
no?
No,
that's too much.
2 hours is too much. Rogan, I think, sometimes will go 3.
Can you imagine if we put up a 2-hour podcast and somebody actually listened to it?
That would be the coolest thing ever. They'd be your OG fans.
That would be hilarious. I mean, somebody's going to listen.
Somebody's going to, yeah.
My wife will listen. You think you can convince your parents to
listen? They'll listen. My mom will listen.
Yeah. For sure your mom will listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My sister
I hope
might.
so.
Yeah.
I can't believe we went an hour.
That's crazy.
I haven't said anything that I planned on saying. Maybe two things.
That's how I think that's kind of the design of the format, though.
It is.
Yeah.
And then my stupid self, like I typed out all these notes because I knew I was like, you're going to get in there and freeze.
Yeah.
But I think the way we started was helpful. There wasn't a moment for me when I was like, okay, you're getting ready to go live. Like if somebody would have snapped one of those doors in front of us, I would have shut down.
I know, I would have been like, oh, yeah.
How do you, is there a thing that you do, something that you say? Do you I talk to myself a lot when I'm alone.
Yeah.
How do you juggle just being able, or are you just young enough to like not, I don't even think about it, I just work. Like you got a lot going on. And so for you to execute? I got a lot going on too.
Sure.
I mean, how do you execute every day? Like, separating downtime from tasks, executing. You got a lot to execute just at your business, not to mention all your other.
Yeah, and I mean, I won't sit here. I wish I could sit here and say there's a formula. I'd write a book about it, and we'd all be millionaires if I did. But I mean, really, it's hard because it's like you said, you've got to be able to. And a lot of times, I'm sure you probably see this too in your business, but like a lot of times, you don't really get to pick when the busyness comes. Sometimes you get hit with your phone starts ringing. You get hit with 4 problems at once, and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa! I was not busy yesterday. You could hit me with this yesterday. You know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess like sometimes,
totally unscripted.
Yeah, unscripted. I mean, you just got to be ready because, I mean, your phone starts ringing. I mean, I know with rental property, I mean, you might have nothing going on, nothing breaks, everything's going well. And then you've got 4 water leaks at 4 different places and, you got to juggle how to, so.
You can't plan for that.
You can't. I mean, you can't plan. I mean,
so how do you plan for not being able to plan?
Yeah. I mean,
Like how do you just get up and go? You just get up and.
Yeah, and I think that's a huge part of it. I think like a lot of people too, and I guess what is it, analysis paralysis? They spend so much time like
paralysis,
by
analysis,
paralysis by like they spend so much time just worried about what might happen, and then they try to plan, and that's good. I mean, they read 100 books, and I mean I love books. I'm a book guy, but
I love books.
Yeah, I do too, man. I love them, but like. Eventually, it's like sometimes just got to pull the trigger. Like, I mean, otherwise, what is it like? It's like in real estate, the best time to buy was yesterday, or 20 years ago. The second best time to buy was today. So, so it's like, I mean, sometimes you just gotta, and that for me, that's been like the biggest thing to cope with over the past probably 2-3 years because when I started, I was like that. Like I wanted to have, like I thought all my problems could be mapped out. That just ain't happening. We both know that.
Did you just say when you were young?
Well, I mean,
I've
been in business.
Started?
I've been doing business for like 7. This is like year number 8. So year 1 to 4, I thought that everything was going to be mapped out. It was just going to go ebb and flow in a perfect direction.
Yeah.
I kept wondering, like, I thought I was a loser for a long time, and who knows, I may be. But I'm like, why doesn't this go exactly how even no matter how much planning I do, something still happens. Something still goes AWOL, and it's like at the end of the day, it's like, you just kind of got to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
As juvenile as that might sound,
You're spot on, man.
I mean,
I came into what I'm doing now when I was a year older than you are now.
You started in contracting?
First time I'd ever done it. I never knew anything about it. And I had a college degree, 4 years in the military, my future mapped out in the federal law enforcement field. I had an offer as a U.S. Air Marshal, turned it down to pursue other things. And it just, looking back on it, is the dumbest decision I ever made. But
not taking those offers, or?
Yeah, I mean, just look, not really. I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, sure.
But I'd be retired right now.
Yeah.
But I would, I love what I do. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
And it's the Lord.
Sure.
Beyond a shadow of a doubt. But I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got so close sometimes to, and it's like, what is it anyhow? In my mind, it's like this, it used to be like this, life or success was this thing that was like far off that you were chasing, trying to create all these things to go in that direction. And like for me, it's like, no, it's just life is today, period.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've got to I have to actively make myself do that. I'm so stupid. I have to force myself to separate noise and my task for the day and just shut the noise off.
Yeah. No, I don't think you're stupid at all. I think, you gotta, I think it's just part of it. Like, I mean, I read, speaking of books, it was about a year and a half ago. It's by Isaac Walterson or whatever. It's about Elon Musk. And just, it goes through that guy's crazy too, by the way. I would never want that type of, I mean, he's been high lows, rich, broke. I mean, and like it talks about his brain and like it's almost like the guy functions in high stressful, I mean, like when he set off that rocket in 2015 or 2016 with SpaceX, like he was like waking up and going on his floor and just crying, having breakdowns every night because I mean he was broke. I mean his girlfriend would have to help him through earnings calls because he could. I mean
Musk.
Wow. Yeah, we think of
Yeah, I've heard these stories, but I have never really
Yeah, I mean
looked at him.
Regardless of what you think of him, we think of him as a business tycoon that has everything, and he is that has everything together, and had a perfect map from No, he did not. The guy's crazy. Like I mean, you've almost got to have a different mindset to do that, anyways. But like when I read a biography like that, I guess it kind of makes me feel better. Like, hey, if I mess up and don't have a bad day, it's okay. Like, because he does too.
Oh gosh,
he has a lot of bad days. Yeah.
Some people are, some people are just like. There's people throughout history. Like I'm talking about, like the Mozarts and the Lincolns and the Churchills, and I'm not like. I don't even know. Like
Lincoln's a crazy one. By
Elon Musk is. Whether I'm putting him in that category or not, I don't know. But to me, like mentally, he's in that category. He's at a place mentally where I feel like very few people have ever been. And those are the people that have been there in times like so able to see a bigger
He's definitely not motivated by money, obviously. He would have quit a long time ago if he was motivated by a lifestyle. I mean, Lincoln's a crazy one, man. I was like, I don't know if you've read anything on him. Like he had depression, even by today's standards.
Well, he got his butt whipped in every election for so.
He failed at kind of everything before he became,
so many times.
It's funny because history remembers him as one of the greatest successes of all time, and he is by all means. But like, if he had died at 40, he would have probably been known as a failure, or if we'd even heard of him, which you probably wouldn't have.
There's so much in that too, though, man. I mean, history has a shallow grave. Like, there's so much stuff from the past that we need to, like, dude. One thing that he did, and he lived, and his days made it long enough for him to write this story, is he just showed up, man.
He did.
He did not stop showing up.
That's
to a high level. Like, we're sitting here talking about it. This dude was in the Civil War showing up. Like, you look back on some of the stuff. I was watching a thing the other day on the Revolutionary War, like how America was built.
Netflix documentary. On Netflix? Yeah. I think it's like 5 episodes.
Yeah, I've started. I'm through the first one, I think.
I think I finished it last night. If it's
but it's
insane.
Insane how crazy, we came to be the individuals that made a move to the left instead of to the right, kind of like Churchill. Just refused to not do what he knew to do when everybody else was telling him it's crazy.
Yeah,
that we even made it. But it's people like that who just didn't stop.
Yeah, and it's like, it makes you wonder what we would have thought had we been there. We may have thought he was hey, this guy's crazy. I don't know, but if but it's like you were saying, it's crazy how people like that kind of make their own history. They defy odds too. Defy all
You've
odds.
Been in business since you just sit here and said you're 25. You've been doing business.
I was 18
for yourself for 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, I think I'm on this is year 8.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome to
about that.
To see you plug away. Who's the GOAT in the history of the NBA?
Oh, I'm MJ, 100%.
Yes,
we're on board on that. Yeah,
who's second?
I'm with you guys. Kobe.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some hate if people my age watch this.
Oh, my kids. My oldest two, we've been having this debate on text this week. They hadn't tore me up, but they have a different opinion than me about a current player that I'm not going to name.
It just left the Lakers, probably.
Maybe.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. LeBron. The 3 people that listen to this are probably Michael Jordan fans, anyhow. So, but I like, and they both had a good point. LeBron is there's something about the specimen of a player that he is that is unique in history.
I do think there is something about him that we probably will not see again, or for a while. I've got to give credit where credit's due. I'm not. That was not to take anything away from LeBron for sure, but I just think,
MJ just rewrote the world of sports.
He did. And it's to me too. Which I'm sure you've watched The Last Dance. I've probably watched it 3 or 4 times.
Unbelievable documentary.
It's insane. And
if you grew up watching that, even like you're younger, but you grew up enough to have seen and known that era, right? Like
MJ, no.
Well, but like, did you look back and watch old films and just?
Oh yeah. I've watched probably hours of him.
Yeah. To grow up watching that and then to see that Last Dance, man, it was frustrating the way the Bulls did it, but it, like, I told my boys, like, here's my thing. Kobe, I hated at first because how dare anybody?
You thought he was trying to compare,
yeah, and he looked like him, he walked like him,
he shot like him, he faded away like him,
he talked like him, and it just ticked me off. I was like, stop it. And then early on in his career, it was like I was almost relieved, is what I told them, because it was like, okay, yeah, he's not Mike. No worries here. But as time went on, and then now looking back, I haven't resented Kobe since years and years ago, because it was just like he was the greatest player I ever saw that I didn't think I was ever going to get to see. Jordan's the greatest ever to me. I never thought there would be somebody else that I would like compare that closely to Mike, but Kobe was that. Yeah. And plus, look, Mike was 6-0 in the finals. Yeah. I saw something today where he had 10 seasons where he played all 82 games. LeBron's never done that.
No.
Kobe was 5-2 in the finals.
LeBron's like 4
and 6.
Yeah.
One of them in the bubble. In COVID, one of them when Klay Thompson got hurt, or Golden State would have beat him.
Yeah, and 2 of them with. Again, I'm not here to take anything away with LeBron, but he left the team and went and played with arguably 2 of the best players in the world at the time, or other. He joined a team of superstars. And I'm talking about the Heat team of 2011, 2012, 2013.
Jordan played with 2 or 3 guys named Bill.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
Bill. Nothing against Bills, but they're just usually not like high level basketball players named Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan had 3 of them or so.
Mm-hmm.
Cartwright, Winnington. I know there was another one. A couple Johns.
Yeah.
Bill Winnington, Bill Cartwright. Maybe there's just
Ron Harper.
Ron.
Yeah. People that you've never heard of. Yeah, who have you heard of?
Harper was good though.
Harper.
And his son. Wasn't he? His son's ridiculous. Harper. He's in the NBA now.
Really?
Shoot, where was he at? He's ridiculous.
I need to do a better job keeping up with the NBA. I don't.
Yeah, my kids help me out.
I could talk about this for an hour.
I know.
Yeah.
We're not even going to have time to get into Virginia Tech unless you want to.
We can. It's
James Franklin. What's his story going to be?
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
I think it's going to be interesting.
What a crazy deal.
I know. It's insane.
His defensive coordinator at Penn State for a decade comes here to be our head coach. Doesn't work out. Then we hire him, and then now he's back on his staff. What a crazy deal.
I think the next few years will be Brett Pry could be a perfect example of just somebody that was in the wrong seat of the bus. He was he was really good, produced a lot of results at Penn State. So, it'll be,
it's a crazy dynamic to try to pull it off. It's like, we talk about leading a church or setting anytime you set a direction for a group of people like that in whatever field you're in.
Mm-hmm.
I thought like it was like the Nick Saban effect when we hired Pry. And I don't know. He might go on to be a head coach somewhere. It'd be great. Not that.
You thought he was the Nick Saban effect? Or?
No, I just thought like, Saban's got 15 or 20 coaches that have all these ridiculous head coaching jobs now because they were coaching under him.
Yeah.
And Pry coached under
James
Franklin.
Yeah.
And Franklin I wouldn't say he's Saban, but he's up there in that upper echelon. So when we hired him, I was like, great idea.
Yeah.
but it just didn't work out. And then now he's here, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I like Brent Price. He's a great guy. I was hoping, but definitely, hopefully it'll work out with the job he's got now.
I think basketball team needs to win this year.
Yeah,
or they might be. I love Mike Young.
I do too.
I hope they do. I think they will.
Yeah, and he's done a lot for the program too. I mean, ACC championship, like 3?
But he's got to win this year.
He does. He needs a good season for sure. Yeah.
He got a. I mean, he had what's the guy at Wofford that he had? Fletcher McGee, who was like the all-time leading 3-point. He's still playing pro. Very much like Hunter Couture. I think he was more of he might have been a better shooter than Hunter, but Hunter was an assassin, which he's back over there coaching now.
Yeah, he's coach.
He's
an shooting coach or
some sort of assistant.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because I think he was at Kentucky helping with the girls with Kenny.
Yeah.
And then come back here. So that's neat. It's got to be great.
Really cool, yeah.
I think that's a good move I don't have a clue what it's like to try to coach an organization like that, but a recent stud like Couture coming back, he's still almost like the age of a college player. Just that should have a really good impact on him. Mm-hmm. What a weird environment now, though, with their roster has completely turned over like the last 2 years completely. Yeah. Like he's brought back like 1 or 2 guys each year.
Yeah. It's probably just a lot of the effective the NIL, but.
Which is going to be a little different now, I think, with the one you can transfer once now.
Once. Okay. I didn't realize. Okay.
So once you get somebody transfers in, at least you know how many more years you got with them.
Right. Yeah. If they.
I mean, I got 6 guys that can't leave at least.
Yeah. That being able to transfer in the middle of the season was rough, though. That was hurting a lot of.
Yeah. But I hope they do well.
I do too, man. I do too. I'm excited. Yeah. You have season tickets this year?
I haven't bought season tickets in 2 or 3 years.
I haven't either. That guy. There's a guy from the ticket office that keeps emailing me. I'm like, but I feel like I'm going to miss like 2 or 3, so I don't want to,
I think I might do it, but it's like if I just get 2, I don't know how. I'm gonna look at that and see.
Well, that's me. If I get 2 and then.
But I got a kid playing college ball, which makes it hard because a lot of times they're playing but.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always sell those things, can't you?
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, even
if you can't make it.
Yeah, you can. I'll just worry. I don't know. I think that would be fine though. I don't think there's any problem. But I thought about just buying like the ones I know I'm going to, and going from there.
You can do like those packages.
Buy like 4 or something. Yeah.
But the Palace we never went to.
Oh yeah,
on that. So. I'm trying to think of where. I was trying to drag it out. I'm trying to figure out why I was going down this road. But we
got baptized. That's how we went to the Palace.
But it's crazy just how it folds into the whole story because I went to boot camp just because I wanted to go fight. I did not like.
Oh, so you wanted to go to war?
Yeah, I started boot camp in September of 2002. It was exactly a year after 9/11. And so I had started in processing way before that. It's a 6-8 month process. Mm-hmm. I was reading. It was crazy. I was just floundering for direction. Crazy.
Did 9/11 kind of make you or lead you to want to?
Yeah, I mean, I think I felt a responsibility.
Yeah.
It did start bothering, but Pat Tillman is it's crazy. It's literally this simple. I knew like for me, I had a child at the time. I wasn't married yet. Me and Kelly weren't married yet. And I wanted to get right with her. I wanted to get my family right. I wanted to figure all that out. And then at the same time, I started looking around thinking like, you got to do something, man. You got to get involved in this. Mm-hmm. And then I wasn't sure. And then I read this story on Pat Tillman, and he had actually just turned down this contract with the Cardinals to join the Rangers. And then that was it. That was the thing that like sent me over the top. So what's wild is I went in September of 2002 finished boot camp in December of 2002, got out, came home for a couple weeks in January. On that 2-week break, Kelly and I took off to Pigeon Forge and got married. Wow. And then a week after we got married, I landed in Kuwait. And then we went through all that stuff, and it was hot. Man, Kuwait's hot. We went from, Kuwait. So when the war started in March, I had been there since January training. Wow. A lot of
this was Iraq or Afghanistan?
Well, I was in Iraq.
Okay. You started. So you were there in the
beginning
of the invasion. Okay.
Yeah. So when March of, what was it? 2003, March 19th of 2003 is when we crossed the border. We were on the border when like Tom Brokaw or one of those guys was walking along. Like, we didn't know when we were going, are we going? Nobody knew. And then all of a sudden we had this crazy meal one night. And afterwards we were standing around and our CO was like, sounds like we might be having an early morning. So be ready. Something like that. And then we just went. So we go all the way to basically us and the 82nd Airborne kind of leapfrogged each other all the way to Baghdad. And we got to Baghdad in late June, and we were supposed to get relieved and head back to Kuwait and go home. And then we got pulled into this other group that was doing some stuff at the airport. And they were kind of basically trying to go out and capture the Saddam's deck of cards, the 52 officers
that were under him.
Yeah. And it was a group from outside the United States, a group from within the United States government, and a Ranger battalion, and us. There was part of our equipment that they just wanted to use, is how we just randomly got selected to stay an extra 30 days with them. But I met Pat Tillman.
Oh, wow.
He was there with that group. And so it was in that time right there when we were just kind of, the Green Zone was, if you ever get a chance to watch that movie, have you watched that movie, Green Zone, Matt Damon?
So. No.
Watch it. It's real.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah.
It was almost like this little bubble, Disneyland, that they had turned the airport and some of Saddam's palaces into. Now, we were still pretty active, so I didn't get to go to any of the palaces with, a lot of that was like.
Oh, so they made these nice. They were like
cool
places to be.
I think they had like Starbucks or something at some of them. Like, it was crazy.
It's crazy.
But,
because he had a lot of wealth that like he was just.
Oh my gosh, man.
Ungodly amounts.
Absurd.
Yeah.
Like movie type stuff. You wouldn't, gold. Like, and I didn't even really realize at that point in time how absurd it was.
Yeah.
But so they were doing a baptism. The chaplain or whatever was like, hey, we're doing a baptism, and they got to let you go if you want to go. So I just wanted to go see the palace. So yeah, I got baptized there, but it didn't take.
So it was like immaculate inside the palace.
Oh, ridiculous. Yeah.
I guess just the oil money.
I don't know. Probably, right?
That's what I heard. I think he was but he had like 50 some palaces. Is that right?
Yeah, he had a ton of stuff. Like his whole, I don't even know what he had. I haven't, I'd have to do some research, but I know he had a bunch. And I mean, he was just the dictator of this country over there in the middle of
the desert.
His statues. I mean, imagine like right now, like going to Blacksburg or something, and there being a giant statue of Trump on the side of 460, just randomly.
That's how it was.
You'd feel like, man, there's an ego there. Like if he's allowing that to go, that's how it was. Like it was just, he was the man. But no, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah.
Well, man, I think we're going to wrap it up.
Wrap it up. All right.
We've went. Jeez, dude, we've went an hour and 28
minutes. That's not bad.
I've only missed one phone call.
Oh, wow. I don't think I've gotten any, which is impressive. I usually get.
But I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to pray.
Yeah, man.
And then we'll close things out. Lord, we just thank you that we've been given the opportunity to take this time tonight and just sit down and just talk, just dig into whatever it is that you would lay upon our heart. Thank you for just Mikhail and his availability and his desire to be a part of something like this. So appreciative. Just pray a blessing over his life and his family as he continues to push and just do amazing things. Just pray that your hand would be on him. And just again, thank you so much for this opportunity, Lord. We give you all the praise and glory in Jesus' name. Amen.